Greetings, one and all. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to the Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement. I am yours truly, Chief Apostle Veronica Yisrael, High Priestess, Global Spiritual Leader, Teacher, Guide, and Founder, and the prophetic voice of the Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement. And so, peace and divine love and light, beloved, and welcome to this sacred space of remembrance. You didn't scroll here by accident. Your soul brought you here. And so, welcome everyone. We're so happy to see each and every one of you that are joining us today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Friday, a wonderful day, and you're excited about the weekend. Welcome, everybody. So happy to see all of you today. And we're going to have a wonderful time together today in our discussion. Today we'll be going a little deeper than we was on yesterday in our live discussion. Today you've entered into a safe and sacred space of wisdom, elevation, and truth. Not just inspiration, but activation. So I want you to take a moment as you come in the room and breathe in deeply and align with the divine. Come on in the room. Let go of all of your burdens. Let go of all of your frustrations. And come on in the room. I want you to say this affirmation with me this afternoon as we begin. Affirm this over your life. Repeat after me. I am walking in truth. I am walking in truth. I am guided by divine order. Come on, say that with me. I am walking in truth. I am guided by divine order. I am light. I am balanced. I am free. Come on, say that with me. I am walking in truth. I am guided by divine order. I am light. I am balanced. I am free. Amen and Ashe. Yes, let's move in the spirit of gratitude, the frequency of gratitude. Amen and Ashe. Let's carry this vibration. I tell you, I don't know what it is. Every time we get on live on TikTok, they restrict the live as soon as we start. Oh, well, anyways, we're grateful to have each and every one of you and welcome one and all. Welcome. So as you come into the room, please like, share, and repost because that's the only way to help push this video out, especially on TikTok, because I even didn't play music, as you noticed. I normally play music when I first come on. I didn't play anything yet. I just got a message popped up that my live is restricted for fake engagement. So, and I have content that is not allowed. Well, if giving you affirmations and whatever have you, maybe, I don't know. So, but we thank you for being here. So as you come in, please like, comment, share, tag, repost, help us push the video out, because the algorithm, they have this automatic system which sends out a restriction, so it does not automatically show on people's YUP. And so help us. We appreciate all that you do. Those that are on YouTube, those that are on TikTok, welcome, welcome, welcome. It almost makes me want to not go live on TikTok because every time I get on, those are restrictions. So anyway, we're happy to be here, and we're going to continue today. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Miss Kia. I don't know. Only thing I can say is they don't want us, they don't want us teaching liberation. That's all I can say. They didn't want us teaching liberation. Nevertheless, here we are, because we will not be silent anymore. And so we want you to carry this vibration of love and this frequency of gratitude with you throughout this teaching. And so again, peace and love to everyone joining us today. You can say hello in the comments if you feel led to. But know that your presence alone here is sacred, and much gratitude to you for joining us. This space that we are creating here while we're alive, that we are cultivating, is a sacred and safe space. This is a place where we all come to reclaim what was hidden from us. That's why we're here, to reclaim what was hidden from us. Not out of rebellion, but out of remembrance. So today we are returning to the foundational principles, foundational spiritual codes our ancestors used and lived by. And they're called the 42 Laws of Ma'at, also known as the 42 Negative Confessions, also known as the 42 Declarations of Innocence. And this is part 2, because yesterday afternoon, we dealt with the first 10, which I will briefly name over again for those who may have missed it. If you missed yesterday's live or any live, you can always go to YouTube, where we are simultaneously recording, and we are live on both, and you can go and watch the replay. It is there for you, for your benefit and your spiritual upliftment, so that you can continue to read over and over, listen to over and over, affirm over and over, so that it can reprogram your inner hardware, your hardwire, your programming, your paradigm. Repetition. Continue to speak truth, life. Affirm the truth of who you are, and keep doing it over and over again. Helps reset your mindset. And that's the only way we're going to be able to reprogram ourselves from negativity, from doubt, from self-hate. We have to reprogram our mind, our spirit, our internal hardware. And so these 42 laws of Ma'at are divine principles of truth, justice, mercy, reciprocity, and balance. It is so important for us to have balance. We're living in a world where everything is not balanced. Everything is topsy-turvy. There's an imbalance in the universe because patriarchal systems of oppression have stripped the divine mother away, hidden her, and only have given us a white male god. And so what we're doing here is uncovering the truth that was hidden from us. These aren't just ancient words that we're talking about that was divinely coded by our ancestors years ago. No, we are talking about ancient words written on temples, on the temple walls, the temple of Dendera, and all the other temples of Kemet, and along the other temples along the Nile River. These 42 laws that we're talking about today, we're continuing to talk about, is the blueprint. They are the blueprint for our soul alignment. In order for us to get our soul aligned, back in harmony with ourselves, our community, and with the universe, we have to follow these divine principles, which are the blueprint to get us back on track to our soul alignment. And these teachings, these sacred understandings, they come long before, and I have to make a point to say this, they came long before what many call the 10 Commandments. The 42 negative of confession, the 42 laws of Ma'at, the 42 declarations of innocence, all came a millennia before what the world was given and known as the 10 Commandments. So you just think about it. Which one should you be following? Something that was stolen, repackaged, rebranded, stripped away from its African ancestry, and repackaged and sold to the world as if it's the divine moral code? Or should we be following the blueprint our ancestors had followed that brought about prosperity, abundance, harmony, truth, a balanced life prior to the so-called 10 Commandments? See, this teaching today that we started yesterday, today, and on, it isn't about religious dogma. This teaching isn't about religious dogma. It's about divine order. It's about remembering that our ancestors walked in truth long before they were told what truth should be. And that's what we're trying to get back to get us back to our original path, our original form, where we had power, where we had an understanding of who we are, where we have an understanding of the power we possess as a spiritual people. So today, we're not going to rush into colonized narratives or confrontations just yet. Let's ease into the flow and hear what our ancestors and our ancient ones left behind for us. Because this is knowledge. It's not new, it's eternal. And remember, knowledge is power. Never let nobody talk you out of expanding your knowledge and your understanding. Never allow someone to cause you to not expand your knowledge. Greetings, Marina Waves. Hey, beautiful. Hope you're doing well. I want to invite you, if something resonates with your spirit as I teach, you're welcome to drop a comment, or you can quietly just receive. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the night star. You're also free to pass this message forward to someone who you know could use upliftment, someone who you know it could help them rise. You're free to share this live session, and especially on TikTok, because you all know, as I mentioned earlier, as soon as I come on and I start teaching, we get a live restriction. And so it's not, this live is not, reason why it's low views, because when they put a restriction on your live, they don't allow it to be viewed or shown on the FYP. So help us push it out. In spite of, we're going to continue on in spite of this algorithm thing here. But always remember, you can go on YouTube because we're live simultaneously, and you can watch the replay or you can go over there to watch. But we're so happy to see each and every one of you. Welcome. So I want everybody to just know this as we begin today. Your awakening is enough. Your presence here matters. And you are walking in divine alignment just by being here, simply by remembering who you are. Yes, thank you, Miss Kia. Thank you so much for passing this message along. Yes, it is a powerful message that I want everybody to be able to know that you can have a wonderful, fruitful, abundant life after decolonizing, after deconstructing, after waking up to who you are. You can have a powerful life. So again, for more in-depth teaching, I always stream simultaneously on YouTube. You can find me there under Chief Apostle Veronica Yisrael, where we dive deeper uninterrupted. And if you're looking for more than a stream, live stream, if you're looking for a spiritual home where truth, power, and purpose meet, I invite you to join the Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement. This is a global spiritual community for those who are done with fear-based teachings and fear-based religion, and they are ready to walk in divine freedom. If that's you, reach out to us, send us an inbox, and we can connect you and show you and tell you what you need to do so you can be a part of this community that we are building for liberation and for freedom. Because love is of the divine, and love is for everyone. So let's begin, and let's walk through these ancient laws together, not as a checklist now, but as a mirror for the soul. See, Ma'at is not about perfection, it's about alignment. And so that's what we're going to be dealing with today. How can we best align our soul with these principles that can help us be better divine beings? So yesterday we covered the first 10, and I'm just going to review them very quickly. The first one of the 42 laws of Ma'at was, I have not committed sin against myself, my community, or the universe. And when we turn that around, that means I live in alignment. I do not operate outside of divine law. And that sin is not breaking man-made rule, but it's about falling out of harmony with your divine self. Number 2, the second law, I have not committed robbery with violence. And this law speaks to taking by force, which it begs the question, do you move through life with integrity or domination? Do you move through life with integrity or domination? Think about it. And number 3, I have not stolen. Can you affirm that I have not stolen? which moves beyond physical theft. Have you stolen time, energy, ideas, joy? Call it your own. Number 4, I have not slain men or women. And this law is about valuing life, not just physically, but emotionally. Have you killed someone's spirit with your words? Have you killed someone's hopes and dreams by your negative energy? Number 5, I have not stolen food. See, now in Kemet, in our ancient cultures, food was sacred. It was a blessing from the earth and the gods. So are you not stealing food? Are you not taking what is sacred for granted? Number 6, I have not swindled offerings, which speaks about taking from sacred, things that are sacred. Are you manipulating spiritual systems for personal gain? Think about it. Principle number 7, I have not stolen from the gods or goddesses. Well, how do you steal from the gods or goddesses? This principle, this law, number 7, is speaking about, have you misused your divine gifts that you've been given? Have you mishandled the divine gifts that you have been blessed with? Have you suppressed your purpose? Number 8 of the 42 laws, I have not told lies. And we spoke yesterday, it's not just white lies, honey, but falsehood. Because falsehood is what fractures relationships and it distorts truth. Principle number 9, I have not carried away food. Now, this is just not talking about natural food. The metaphysical understanding of this divine principle here is a deeper way of saying, I have not hoarded. I am not a hoarder. I have not hoarded or taken what was meant to be shared. I don't have a mindset of me, my, for, and no more, or me, myself, and I. Every man for himself and God for himself. I don't have that mindset. I don't mind sharing, taking part in something, but not trying to take it all just for me. Protecting my own interests and forgetting about the needs of others. And number 10, I have not cursed. Now, this is not just profanity, but casting energetic harm on others with your words. Examples, gossiping, slandering, or hexes with the tongue. It's more than one way to curse. So let's be sure we are using our words for blessing and not cursing. So let's go to our second session, which we will begin today. The second session or second session and second section of the laws. And we're going to begin today with number 11 through 21. We're still going down into the 42 laws of Ma'at. Now today, our first one is number 11, the 11th 40 of the 42 laws. And it says, I have not closed my ear to truth. I have not closed my ear to truth. How often do we turn away from what challenges us? Think about it. Rather spiritual truth, ancestral truth, or truth about ourselves. How many times do we run away from having that dark night of the soul? I have not closed my ears to truth. How often do we reject wisdom for folly? How often do we throw caution to the wind and don't listen to our elders? We don't seek out wisdom and advice from those who have been down this road before. See, when we reject wisdom, what we're doing is closing our ears to the truth. A lot of times when someone is trying to help us, we don't want it. We don't want the help. They're trying to tell us the truth to help us, guide us better. We don't want it. Why? Because we want to do our own thing. That is closing your ears to truth. When you turn away from those things that challenges you, that challenges your belief system, that challenges your indoctrination in church dogma, that challenges your worldview, that challenges your cognitive dissonance. How often do we run away from those things that challenge us? And we run back to our safety blanket. All because we want to remain in what is harming us. We want to remain in our safe zone. How often do we ignore the truth of ourselves? Who we really are? How often do we avoid looking at the mirror? We're blaming everybody else for where we are, our problems. We're blaming everybody else for why we didn't get the promotion, or this, that, and the third, instead of looking at yourself and admitting that there's some things that I need to do that I can work out on to help me be what I should be, to help me reach my ultimate goal, to help me shift my paradigm, my mindset, so that I can be the best version of myself. Could it be that I'm at fault? How many times do we run away from that question? It all boils down to closing your ear to truth. Having a closed ear to truth. Not wanting to receive the truth of who we really are, where we are. Because sometimes the truth can look very ugly. Sometimes when we start really digging, looking within, find all of those idiosyncrasies, all those inconsistencies in our personality. Sometimes when we start looking deep within ourselves, we don't like what we see. But that's okay. Whatever you see, it's okay. It's all a part of you. Now you need to work. You know what you need to work on now. Because ignoring it doesn't make it any better. Ignoring those parts of you that are destructive, that you want to hide away and push into the background, out of the scene, into the closet, under the rug. After a while, it comes out. Why? Because the truth always rises to the top. And it outlasts any lie or any misinformation. So I want you to affirm this with me. Repeat after me. I receive truth. Greetings, Bookie K. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Say this, affirm this with me. I receive truth even when it stretches me. I receive truth even when it stretches me. I allow wisdom to guide me. I receive truth even when it stretches me. I allow wisdom to guide me. Greetings, loving me more too. Welcome, welcome. I receive truth even when it stretches me. I allow wisdom to guide me. See, sometimes when you're faced with the truth, and then you have your limiting beliefs and internal programming, there's a conflict. And then you enter into cognitive dissonance. So we have to be willing to allow truth to stretch us. Question here. I wanted to ask, what do you prefer to be called, or if you have a preference? No, I don't really have a preference. I'm known by many names. But thank you for asking. But truth will sometimes stretch our views, stretch how we see things, stretch our opinions. And it's important to allow wisdom to guide us. The wisdom of our ancestors, the wisdom that they've left on record for us. Let it guide us. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Every generation come along trying to reinvent the wheel. Instead of trying to come back, you're certainly welcome. Instead of trying to come back to the original path that's going to help us, get us back on track, that's going to help us really set our priorities in straight so that we can have true spiritual liberation. Liberation in all areas, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, intellectually. How are you going to be free when somebody else is controlling you? You can't be. How are you going to be free when you still have to answer to your oppressors? Can't be. So these divine truths that we're talking about help us move us out of a dependency that we have with our oppressors. Okay, number 12. This is the 12th of the 42 laws. I have not committed adultery. Woo! How many people can say that? I have not committed adultery. Now, if we're just talking about adultery on the surface level, I can truly raise my hand and say, I was married, my first marriage, 10 years. Never committed adultery. Never slept outside of my marital bed with my spouse. Never cheated. Never considered cheating. No. And now, years later, after being divorced, since I made it divorce, I've been blessed to meet my soulmate, married again. We just had an anniversary passed. No adultery. I have not committed adultery. But this goes beyond relationships. This speaks to broken covenants. How many times have we gone into covenant, into agreements with people? And we've broken them. We've broken them. I have not committed adultery. This is talking about betraying sacred agreements, even with yourself. When you promised yourself you wasn't gonna go back, you promised yourself you was not gonna go down this road again. You promised yourself you would not fall for the same. You wasn't going to fall for it this time. You made an agreement and a covenant with yourself that you weren't going to do it. But yet, here we are. You found yourself back in the same thing once again. Meaning you have committed adultery. You are breaking the covenant. You've broken the covenant with your own self, with your own soul. You made a promise to yourself that you were not going to allow people to walk on you. You were not going to allow yourself to shrink into the background, to boost other people's ego. You were not going to miss out on opportunities just because you want to help other people and push them. You were not going to put yourself last and put everybody before you. You made these covenant agreements with yourself that you was going to go after what you wanted, that you were not going to be, just passive, that you were going to take an active participation in your own life. Yet here we are, another year later, and you're still at square one. See, this is stuff we need to talk about and look at. This is what the church is not teaching people, what they really need to be taught. Teaching people how to get to the afterlife, honey. That will take care of itself, honey. Your soul and spirit came here, and it didn't need the church help. And your soul going to leave here and travel on to the afterlife without church help. But what you need to know is the thing that's going to help benefit your spirit and your soul, who you truly are, in living here, because you came to earth for a purpose. Not to be indoctrinated, not to be colonized, not to believe in all these doctrines and dogmas, and be caught up in organized religion, which is man-made only to make you docile, to make you forget who you are. You know, I made a post. Let me just pause for a minute. I made a post on yesterday, last evening, and this is what I said. I posted a flyer, a poster, and on the poster it said, a quote that I gave: "Your ancestors had divine law before the first Bible verse." Your ancestors had divine law before the first Bible verse. And this is what I wrote in the caption. And I want you to listen to this. Everybody, as you come in the room, please double tap the screen, share this live to at least 3 people. Let somebody know that we're live and to join us. We want as many people as possible to hear this truth. As we know on TikTok, once we begin, it restricts the live, for whatever reason. A lot of people that are taught or teachings, consciousness and spirituality, this happens to them. So help us reset the algorithm. We appreciate you. Those on YouTube as well, please tap the screen, like, and share. Thank you. Now, this is what I put in the caption on yesterday. Then we're going to get back to the laws. I said, the conversation most melanated Black people of African descent, dread and avoid at all costs is this: your ancestors had divine law long before the Bible verse, the first Bible verse, was ever written. Then I went on to say, why do we fear this truth? Why do we run from the conversation that exposes the lie? The answer is because deep down inside, we know we were sold something whitewashed, watered down, a man-made religion, crafted to make us. Now, this is the purpose of religion. I'm not talking about what the preacher say in the pulpit. I'm telling you the real deal. The reason religion was created, it was not to give man a sense of purpose. No. It was crafted to make us forget the spiritual power that already lived within us before we met the first colonizer and their missionaries. Before any colonizer set foot on our sacred lands with their Bibles and missionaries, we were already aligned with the cosmos, walking in divine power and living by spiritual law. And beloved, it's time to remember. Isn't that powerful? That we don't want to have that conversation, but it's a conversation that needs to be had. So I've not committed adultery. I've not broken covenants. I'm not betraying sacred agreements. You make agreements to your spouse. I'm going to love you till death is part. Forsaking all of this, all that stuff. All of these things that we promise, it's a covenant. It's a contract. It's an agreement between your soul and your spouse. Two souls coming together. Yet, when you are having problems and troubles or whatever the case is happening in life, the first person you run to is not your spouse. It's someone else outside of your marriage. Think about this. How is this helping your covenant? Think about it. You said this person is my best friend, my BFF, and we're going to stick by each other. We're going to, blase, blase, blase. But when you hear that somebody said, that they said something, or whatever the case, instead of confronting them, finding out the truth, you get in a hurry, come to conclusions, drawing your own conclusions without facts. And guess what you do? You, as the young people use the new term, crash out. You crash out. And then you break the covenant with your friend. And it ruins the relationship. Think about it. Betraying people's trust. They trusted you to keep their secrets. Yet, you went out and told somebody else. Betraying sacred agreements. So affirm this with me. Repeat after me. I honor every sacred bond with integrity. I'm going to say that with me. I honor every sacred bond with integrity. I honor every sacred bond with integrity. Amen and Ashe. Number 13 in the 42 laws. Number 13, I have not made anyone cry. Think about it. You see how wonderful this is? This is not thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. A list of do's and don'ts. Versus the 42 laws of God, 42 negative confessions, the 42 declarations of innocence. You declaring your innocence. I have not made anyone cry. I can affirm that every day. I have not made anyone cry. I have not did anything to cause someone to drop tears from their eyes. Not in a bad way. It made tears of joy. What does this mean? See, this is powerful. This one is powerful. Ask yourself the question. Do I move with compassion or recklessness? Ooh! And clear the air with that one. Think about it. Ask yourself the question: do I move throughout my day, every day, in all that I do, in my actions, in my thoughts, in my speech? Do I move with compassion or recklessness? Wow. Do I move with compassion or recklessness? Wow. Compassion, sympathy, pity, concern for the suffering or misfortunes of others. You're not self-centered, only thinking about you. You're for and no more. Me, myself, and I. Well, honey, that ain't got nothing to do with me, child. That ain't got nothing to do with me, so I ain't even bothered. That's their business. See, we look the other way when other people need help. Until we need help, then we look for everybody to run to our aid. It don't work like that, honey. The law of compensation is in action. You reap what you sow. Whatsoever, that's that sacred text, that biblical verse is so true. Whatsoever a man, non-gender Pacific, so that shall he also reap. The law of reciprocity. Everything comes back to you. If you give, if you love, if you're compassionate, if you're kind, if you're hateful, if you're envious, if you're jealous, if you love confrontation, when you sow seeds of envy, jealousy, when you sow seeds of hatred, slander, gossip, sow seeds of discontentment, or you sow seeds of love, joy, peace, camaraderie, compassion, whatever it is, it's going to spring up and you're going to reap what you sow. So do you move with compassion or recklessness? Somebody said, Chief, well, what is recklessness? A lack of regard for the danger or consequences your action will bring. A rashness. Do you think about things before you do it? Think about it. Before you let those words come out of your mouth, do you consider, one, how am I going to feel after this? Two, how is this going to make the other person feel? Three, is it necessary for me to say this? Four, is this worth saying because it may destroy this relationship? Or can I just keep this to myself and just move on? Is this a hill I'm I'm willing to down? See, these are the questions we should be asking ourselves. That's how you move with compassion. So everything don't need a response. But if we be honest with ourselves, sometimes we just want to get them. I just want to get them. I want to let them know I ain't no punk, honey. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna tell them. But what purpose does it serve? To what end are we willing to go? To hurt our fellow man. And what lengths are we willing to go to prove a point? I have not made anyone cry. Powerful. Do you live, walk, breathe, talk, communicate, engage through life with compassion or recklessness? Answer that for yourself. So I want everybody to affirm with me, with your whole heart. Repeat after me. I am a vessel of healing. I am a vessel of healing. I am a vessel of healing. My presence uplifts. My presence uplifts, not wounds. So let's say that all again together. I am a vessel of healing. My presence uplifts and not wounds. And not wounds. Amen and Ashe. Isn't that powerful? To be able to affirm that every day and live that out. That I'm a vessel of healing, not hatred, not of disgrace. Vessel of healing, not unforgiveness. A vessel of healing, not doubt and confusion. A vessel of healing, not tearing anyone down. No, a vessel of healing. And your presence uplifts, not wounds. When you walk into a room, do your presence uplift those that see you? Do you have that energetic aura that pulls people in or repels them? Think about it. All right, number 14. I have not felt sorrow without reason. I have not felt sorrow without reason. What does that mean? This is about mastering your own emotions and not being led by fear, by guilt, or false suffering. Again, I have not felt sorrow without reason. Again, this is about learning how to live from a place of self-mastery. Ask yourself that question. Have I mastered myself? A lot of people trying to master everything else, but they're trying to manage and control everybody else around them but themselves. People that try to manage and control other people's lives, normally their own lives are in a wreck. So this divine principle is about mastering your own emotions, knowing how to be in control and not just be led by fear, guilt, or false suffering. False suffering, what do you mean by people that act like martyrs? But they ain't no martyr, honey. They just made the wrong decision, mistake, and they paid for it. But they want to act like they on the hill of martyrdom. You weren't a martyr. You just failed to make the right decision. And now you're reaping what you sowed. So learn to master your emotion. Don't allow fear to lead you. Don't allow fear to be your guiding. Don't lead from a place of fear or guilt, because you'll make very poor decisions. Knowing this is a poor decision, but because you feel guilty. How many people have been guilt tripped into doing things that you know was against, it violated your stance, violated your personhood, but because you were guilted into it, you did it. We're beyond that now. Do not allow guilt to lead you. So affirm this with me. Let's make this affirmation, this declaration. Repeat after me. I choose joy. I choose joy. I choose joy. Come on, say that today. Mean it from your heart. I choose joy. I'm not going to wallow in sadness. I'm not going to wallow in defeat. I'm not going to wallow in desperation. I am choosing joy today. I choose joy. I honor my emotions. Not going to ignore them. Not going to push them aside. Not going to act like I don't have no emotions that don't exist in me. No, I choose joy and I honor my emotions. But I do not dwell in illusions. Come on, say that again. I choose joy. I honor my emotions. But I do not dwell in illusions. I'm not going to make things all up in our head. Well, everybody hates me. Nobody likes me. Nobody loves me. All these things that we tell ourselves having pity parties. Illusions. I do not dwell in illusions. Say that for yourself and mean it. All right. Number 15. Going down the 42 laws of my eye. Number 15. I have not assaulted anyone. Number 15 of the 42 laws of my eye. I have not assaulted anyone. Now, this ain't just talking about physically assaulting people, which we know something we shouldn't do. As our mothers, most of our mothers used to teach, keep your hands to yourself. But how many of us have taken that precaution, have taken heed to that advice? Keep your hands to yourself. There's so many people today always trying to put their hands on other people, trying to hurt other people physically. Honey, that's not the way. I have not assaulted anyone. This includes emotional, verbal, and energetic assaults. Have we emotionally assaulted people? We've taken people's emotional safety away. We've attacked people's character without cause. We've verbally assaulted people. Said things that we should have never said. See, we're talking about living an ethical life. All of these principles, these laws, are divine principles teaching us how to live an ethical life, teaching us how to live in harmony with ourselves, with our community, and with the universe. Teaching us how to be people of integrity. That you don't have to be what people say you are. You can be who you know you are, who you were designed to be. And you can also have energetic assaults. Your energy trying to harm going somebody else's energy field and hurt them with your words, with your energy, and emotionally. We have to make sure that everything we do is with the right intentions. A lot of people do things that may look and be perceived as the right thing to do, but the motive behind it is the true test. What was your motive for doing what you do? Do you have the right motive? Pure intentions. This is something to think about. I have not assaulted anyone. So repeat after me. Let's say this affirmation together. I am a safe space. I am a safe space. My energy protects, not provokes. Come on, say that with me. I am a safe space. My energy protects, not provokes. Let that be your mantra. Aim to make your presence, your being, who you are, a safe space. People that can come to you, rather for guidance, a listening ear, love, compassion, whatever they may be needing, that you can provide. Become a safe space. Make sure the energy that you move in is the energy that protects, not provokes. If some people's whole get up is about provoking somebody else, the whole energy is to provoke. So we have to make sure that we are a safe space. Our energy protects and not provokes. Amen and Ashe. So we're moving down to number 16 of the divine laws, the 42 laws of Ma'at. If you're enjoying this, please tap the screen, double tap the screen, share to at least 3 people. And those that are just joining, welcome. You have entered into this virtual, sacred, and safe space for Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement. This virtual sanctuary is a place for all people. No matter your background, where you come from, the sexual orientation, no matter who you are, what religion you were born into, this is all about awakening. This is all about finding you, returning to your authentic self. So number 16 in the 42 laws of Ma'at. The 16th law. I am not deceitful. I am not deceitful. I am not deceitful. Now, that's a powerful one now. A lot of people can't say they ain't deceitful. See, living in truth requires inner and outer alignment. See, when you seek to live in truth, you don't live double lives. You don't wear a mask. When you seek to live in truth, to be authentically, unapologetically you, unequivocally, no one else, just you. When that's your aim, it requires your inner and outer to be in alignment. You don't feel this way, but you don't feel like you don't want to be bothered with a person, but you say, "Oh, I just love them. Oh, I just love you. I just love to be around you." No, deep down in your heart, you can't stand ground you walk on. Think about it. If you're going to be authentically yourself, when you want to live in truth, it requires you to be in alignment, in your inner and outer to be in alignment. No double lives. You don't live 2 lives, one way in the public, one way at home. That's been the problem. Greetings, Yeshua Ali. Welcome. Hope you're doing well today. That's what's the problem a lot of times. You have religious people, they're living double lives. They're in the church on Sunday, I'm oh, praise God, but all that's during the week, they're doing everything that's against what they claim to practice and believe. Instead of being honest with them. The first person you need to be honest with yourself. It ain't about being honest with nobody else, honey, because if you're honest with yourself, everybody else is irrelevant. Be honest with you and get straight with you on who you are, what you stand for, what hill you ready to die on. No double lies. You're not wishy-washy. People say, sometime up, sometime down, sometime level to the ground. As you're on this spiritual journey, at some point you get some substance about you. You get some stability. Get yourself anchored. When your aim is to live in truth, you don't have to wear a mask, honey. Pretending. That's what sometimes that hinders people with building bonds and relationships, is because they're not willing to be honest. They're not willing to be honest, number one, with themselves, that they don't like these people. And just let people know, listen, our energies just doesn't match. It's not a match. So you go your way, I go mine. No love lost. I can love you from a distance. But no, people rather be fake. Be in your face, smile, call you friends, call your child the godchild, and all this type of thing, knowing deeply inwardly they don't wish you the best. So make sure that's not you. That you're not saying one thing but doing another. I even tell parents, when raising children, don't have this do as I say spirit, not as I do. Because that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't happen. Children follow your example, your verbal and your physical example, your emotional example. What they see you say and do teaches them right and wrong. What's acceptable, what's not. What's our parents' approval, what's not. And that's in every aspect of life. Don't you require certain people to do it, but you don't do it. It's called being a hypocrite. I know, I'm sure y'all have heard that word before. A lot of people I've heard over the years, they try to say, people that don't come to church, they always want to use people's excuse that always these hypocrites in the church. Well, yeah, they're right. But hypocrites. Because all you all are saying that y'all living up to this fictitious moral code, all holier than thou, but truly and honestly, you don't live up to that. Preach up, they saying, oh, you got to be holy, one husband, one wife. Yeah, well, you only have one husband, one wife, but you got these slew of women you done slept with and had babies with that you don't take care of none of. Barely take care of the wife and children that you live with in home. See, this is the problem. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Affirm this with me. Repeat after me. I stand in authenticity. I stand in authenticity. I stand in authenticity. I hide nothing from my higher self. I hide nothing from my higher self. Come on, say that one more time with me. I stand in authenticity and I hide nothing from my higher self. Amen. Ashe. See, when you live in authentically, you don't have to hide anything. You got nothing to hide. Why? Because you know who you are and you live in your truth. You don't allow people to box you up in a corner. You don't allow people's perceptions of you to control your narrative. Don't let people's opinion of you control you and keep you from evolving into who you truly are. Don't allow people's negative opinions to keep you from evolving into who you should be, where you should be going. Learn to progress. Progress. It's important to progress. It's important to grow. Staying where you've always been, doing the same thing, looking for different results, is the definition of insanity, beloved. Greetings, Sister Amanda Swanee. Greetings, beloved. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. So learn to stand in your authenticity. Stop trying to be somebody you're not. Stop pretending and putting on airs to make other people think you something that you're not. Live in your truth and be you 24/7. Some people can't stand us because guess what? We live in a double line and people can tell. People can tell when you got a nasty spirit, when you got a nasty disposition, energy. I don't care how much you try to perfume it up, try to cover it up. It can be sensed. It can be detected that you're mean-spirited, that you got an ugly inside. And until you're ready to deep down and pull all those things up and look at yourself in the mirror and confront these things, you will continue to go in circle and circle and circle and not reach progression. But that's what life is all about. It's about evolving. It's about progression. It's about moving into the right direction. It's about being better tomorrow than I was today. It's not about being in competition with anybody. Your life journey is about you being better tomorrow than you were today. You're in a race with yourself, not anybody. That's one thing I've never been. Honey, I'm not trying to put on airs with nobody. Honey, I ain't worrying about how the Joneses keeping up with the Joneses, because I don't know how the Joneses staying afloat. They probably, honey, remortgaging and refinancing all the time to keep what they got. But learn to be authentically you. Now, if you can't stand the you that you are, maybe you need to change. Change your paradigm. Change your outlook on life. But I used to sing a song back in the day, be what you are and live the life. I don't know if anybody in the room have heard that song before. But they used to sing that song, be what you are and live the life. God knows your heart. You can't get by. He's coming back to judge the world. So be what you are and live the life. That's the song they used to say. But I say it's a message for everybody. Be what you are and live the life you were truly intended to live. Don't fake the funk with nobody. Because what is done in the dark, oh glory, hallelujah. Whatever is done in the dark shall surely come to light. Greetings, Raleigh, from South Africa. Welcome. So living in inner alignment and outer alignment. No double lives, no mask. All right, we're moving to number 17. We're dealing with the teaching on returning to the original path that our ancestors left for us, the wisdom, the spiritual science that left for us, to these ancestral wisdom that our ancestors called Ma'at. Divine truth, justice, mercy, reciprocity, wisdom, justice. And the 42 laws of Ma'at, also known as the 42 negative confession, also known as the 42 declaration of innocence, and that's my favorite to use, the 42 negative, 42 declarations of innocence. Because unlike the made up, repackaged, and rebranded 10 commandments that were stolen from the 42 laws of Ma'at, because the 42 laws of Ma'at predated the 10 commandments. Because you got to remember, according to the biblical narrative, Moses grew up in Pharaoh's house by Pharaoh's daughter. So he was raised as a prince. He was taught all in the mystery system schools of Kemet, aka Egypt. He was taught the spiritual sciences. He was taught the art of war. He was taught how to fight. He was taught how to be a leader. All these things he learned according to the biblical narrative. We're going with that. So yes, he knew the 42 laws of Ma'at because he was trained by the priests and priestesses of Kemet. These are the things that we don't want to admit, we don't want to address. That according to the biblical narrative, the first Jew, the Hebrew Israelite, was Abraham. And the last pyramid that was built in Kemet was built prior to Abraham and Moses being born. So it's a lie to say that the narrative that they put out there in the biblical narrative that the children of Israel, the Hebrews, the Jews built the pyramids while they were in Kemet, Egypt. That's a lie. Because the pyramids, historically, it's proven, was built before the century where they say the Jews came on the scene. See, these are the inconsistencies that we don't like to address. That our ancestors had divine law, codified it, and lived prior to any of these things coming into existence. So number 17, as you come in the room, please double tap the screen, share, like, repost, send it to a neighbor, send it to a friend, co-worker. Let somebody know that we're live here and we're teaching truths that will reconnect you to your divine source that's within you. Number 17, I have not stolen anyone's land. I have not stolen anyone's land. I have not stolen anyone's land. Isn't that timely? This principle includes exploitation. How many people exploit other people for what they have? This principle deals with gentrification. Ever heard of that? So somebody may say, well, exploitation, what does that mean? Well, exploitation is the action or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. It is the action of making use of and benefiting from resources that are not your own. This is what people do. They exploit other people, pay them less, and get them to work practically for free. Big corporations take a little independent artist's work. Don't give them no credit. Don't give them compensation. Think about it. So I have not stolen anyone's land deals with exploitation, gentrification. Somebody will say, well, what does that word gentrification mean? Gentrification. It is the process whereby the character of a poor urban area is changed by wealthier people moving in, improving housing, and attracting new businesses, typically displacing current inhabitants in the process. So, what is gentrification? It's the process of making someone or something redefined, quote unquote, polite and respectful. So, gentrification has been these people that are wealthy, well off, move into your neighborhood, the urban, quote unquote, the black neighborhood. And they build houses and they start buying out people's homes and remodeling or tearing down and building new homes. Honey, when they move in, guess what? Anytime in a black neighborhood and you see well-off people move in, it is your first sign that gentrification is already in motion, honey. When they start buying up the houses in your neighborhood and people start moving out, because what they do, they come in, they buy houses, rebuild houses, remodel houses, and all that. And all that's a good thing. But in the process, it's making it eventually, all the people that this is their neighborhood, going to end up moving them out. They're going to be afford taxes and everything that goes with the uprising that's happening in the neighborhood. People going to want to buy them out of their homes, of generational lands that they've had in their family. This is the lasting effect of gentrification. Attracting new businesses, putting the old ones out of business, displacing the current inhabitants in the process. They're having to move to a different area. I have not stolen anyone's land. This, again, includes exploitation, gentrification, and colonization. Now, I'm sure many of y'all are familiar with the word colonization because we teach about that a lot on this platform. But colonization, the action or process of settling among people, a nation, a group, and then establishing control, inserting control enforcing control over the indigenous peoples of that land and area. That's what happened to our ancestors. That's what happened to our people. Foreigners who we showed kindness to, who we helped integrate into our societies, took our kindness for weakness and took advantage of us, settled amongst us, and then learned about us, and then inserted control, established control over us, conquered us. Colonization, the action of appropriating a place or domain for one's own use, forgetting about the indigenous people of the land. So I'm going to take this for my own use, honey. These are the things that have happened. What if the whole world understood this 17th principle of the 42 laws of my I have not stolen anyone's land? What if we could all in the world affirm that to be true? Taking what was sacred to another and claiming it as your own is what this law is talking about. Purchasing a burial ground and still going and building over it. These are the things that have happened right on USA soil. Nobody says anything about it. So these are the things that we have to look at. Are we truly living ethical? Living in harmony with everybody? Greetings, Amanda, SOS. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. Do we take what is sacred to other people and take it from them? Appropriating different people's culture appropriation. All these things fall underneath this. I have not stolen anyone's land. I have not stolen the property that belongs to anybody else. Squatter's right is another example of this. People do this all the time. Oh, I need a place to stay. I'm in a hard time, struggle. You move them in. Start getting mail at their residence. They get cozy, honey. They ain't trying to move, honey, because they got a plan, honey. They gonna do squatters right on your behind. Then when you tell them it's time for them to move on, you want your house, man. Oh, honey, they tell you, well, you want me out, then put me out. Go down to the court and evict me. Because now they know it's going to take some time for that to happen. But if we were living ethically, we would be honest, upfront, speak truth. If you need something, ask. Don't scheme and connive and backstab to get ahead. Because as I said yesterday, and I often say, remember, be careful how you treat people on your way up. Because the same people that helped you or the same people you snubbed on your way up, you're going to meet those same people, or even better, need them on your way back down. Because the same way you got up is the same way you're coming down. Because somebody else is going to be even more ambitious than you, more treacherous than you, and they're going to come and take your place. Same way you got it, same way you lose it. And coming down. That's why I always wonder, when people, humans, male or female, individuals, however they identify, when they go and take somebody else's partner, they're in love and go and disrupt their home, and you take somebody else's spouse, somebody else's partner. Now, how do you think that's going to end? How successful do you think you will be? Like, do not know that you got karma for that? Like, that was an ethical or right thing to do? And that you have to pay for that? A lot of people, we don't think about that. Why? Because we only think about us all the time. We are not concerned of how our actions affect other people, or how our action will reflect on us or impact us in the long run. Okay, so let's affirm this together. Repeat after me. I honor sacred ground. Come on, say that with me. I honor sacred ground. I build legacy, not empires of death. Woo, that's powerful. Come on, say that with me. I honor sacred ground. I build legacy, not empires of death. Come on, say that, affirm that with me. I honor sacred ground. I honor sacred ground. I build legacy, not empires of death. Can you imagine? Even just here in America alone, and be honest, many people who have come into a generational wealth came through it. Their family have the wealth that they have because their whole empire was built on theft. They robbed, stole, did treacherous things, backroom deals to establish the empire. Not knowing that one day, I think a lot of people don't think what they do, their deeds will catch up with them eventually. They just think, oh, honey, can't nothing touch me, honey. I got money, I got wealth, I got power, I got friends in high places. But sure enough, there comes a time in everyone's life where all of that, none of that matters. And you can get in a certain position where nobody can help you. And you have to face the consequences of your very actions. All right, number 18. Number 18, we're dealing with the 42 laws of Ma'at, known as the 42 negative confessions and the 42 declarations of innocence. You should be able to affirm this positively every day and make this your affirmation. I have not, as a mirror, overviewing your whole day. If you have lived in alignment with these principles of truth, or have you transgressed? Have you gotten out of alignment? And what you find out what you need to do to get back in alignment. So number 18 in this list of 42, I have not been an eavesdropper. Ooh, yikes. I have not been an eavesdropper. How many people can say that? See, this is a spiritual discipline, which includes minding your own energetic business. Minding your own energetic business. See, learning to mind your own business is a great, useful, helpful discipline. A lot of times, we always in everybody else's business. and our affairs are not in order. We always running over here and over there, trying to make this happen, trying to do this, call ourselves being of help, when truly all we're doing is meddling in other people's matters. You know, one thing people can't stand, every culture people can agree on, they can't stand a nosy person. It's always in the business of other people. See, you got to be careful with the people you allow in your inner circle. If the people you involved with that, every time something bad happens, they're right smack dab in the middle of it. No matter where it is, who it is, what it is, you ain't always find this up in the middle of trouble. As I mentioned, an example, true example, story I told you about a former sister-in-law, that anytime any mess was to happen, she was always found in the middle of it. She was always at the center. Any rumors, anything spread, anything, she was always in the middle. And my words would always be, whatever you do comes to light. And you have to reap whatever you sow. We have to learn to stop trying to be in everybody else's business. Learn to focus on you and what you should be doing. It's okay to help other people when asked. A lot of people like to try to give advice and wisdom to people who didn't ask you. See, that's what we shouldn't do. That's what you call throwing your pearls before swines. Nobody asks for your opinion or your advice or you to come into the conversation. Stay out. A lot of times that's how we get dragged into stuff that we have no place or no business because we always meddling. You got those mother-in-laws that like to meddle, father-in-laws that like to meddle, mom and dads that like to meddle, aunts that like to meddle, which cause a problem in the family structure. Sometimes when you marry into certain families, honey, they try to control your marriage. And you have to be a strong person to be able to stand up and say, no, ain't nobody gonna run my household but me and my spouse. Nobody else gets to say in this marriage. Because believe me, I have plenty of years under my belt of experience, and I can tell you, once you open the door for your family and people to come into your marriage, you will never be able to get them out. It'll be a hard time to get them out. So be careful. Be watchful with your words. Be careful who you vent to. Because everybody who say they're there as a listening ear, their motives are not right. Some people, all they want to hear your problems and what you're going through so that they can tell somebody else. What's the use of me telling you my problems? You can't help. You got problems of your own you're trying to deal with. So we have to be close and selective on who we allow in our inner circles. Because if you don't, you'll have a Judas in your midst. And you don't even know it. And at least according to the biblical narrative, Yahshua, I'm going to call it Jesus, he had the Judas in it, and he knew Judas was a Judas. The difference is a lot of us, we don't pay attention to people. As I heard one song, it talked about how we don't really get to know a stranger and make them a friend. That's what we truly should be doing. So minding your own, I have not been an eavesdropper, a spiritual discipline. Which includes spiritual discipline that includes minding your own energetic business. Stop trying to involve your energy in other people's matters. All right, so let's affirm this with me. Affirm this with me. Repeat after me and say, I honor or I guard, Repeat after me, I guard my energy and respect the privacy of others. Ooh, come on, say that. I guard my energy and I respect the privacy of others. Come on, let's say that one more time. I guard my energy and I respect the privacy of others. Isn't that powerful? Isn't that powerful? Learning how to guard your own energy, protecting your energy, not allowing your energy to mix with everybody. Because sometimes people energetically are different. They're not aligned. So we must be careful and guard and protect our energy. And also respect the privacy of others. One thing I find is the rudest thing in the world. People ask too many questions. Why are you asking so many personal questions about people? You don't offer no personal information on yourself. Why are you asking so many personal questions about people? That's not classy. It's not elegant. Shows no class, no manners, no home training. Respect the privacy of others. If people want to tell you something, they'll tell you. People want you to know something, you'll know. My mother used to always say that. You don't have to go ask people. People will tell you on their own if they want you to know something. And they have not told you, that means guess what? They don't want you to know. So make sure you're following that and applying that principle in your life. Because see, these principles are, again, to help you live in alignment with your inner and outer self. To help you be able to live an ethical, to be at your moral compass. To help you to be able to live in harmony with yourself, your higher self, with the community, and with the universe. Because we've been pulled out of alignment. And now it's time to be brought back. Okay, number 19 in the list of 42 laws of Ma'at. I have not falsely accused anyone. Let that sink in. I have not falsely accused anyone. I have not falsely accused anyone. Isn't that great? Somebody said, what do you mean, falsely accused? Greetings, Alan B. Kinney. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, XK. Welcome for joining us. Thank you. Hope you all are having a wonderful day. Please, as you come in, please double tap the screen and share and repost this live broadcast and session. We thank you for being here. You've joined the Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement. And I'm your host, Global Spiritual Leader, Teacher, Guide, High Priestess, and founder of the Soul Awakening Sanctuary Movement, the prophetic voice for this movement in this hour. So, number 19, the 42 laws of Ma'at. I have not falsely accused anyone. So, what does that mean? Have you projected your fears and your beliefs on other people? Projected your own feelings on other people? Have you gossiped about other people and their affairs and their business? Do you meddle in other people's matters? Have you participated in tearing down another without cause? Have you slandered people and assassinated people's character to make other people not associated with someone just because you don't like them? Have you participated in tearing down another person without cause? Some people are unscrupulous. Remember earlier the question that was asked, do you move and live your life with compassion or recklessness? This speaks to the same thing. I have not falsely accused anyone, lying on people to get ahead, blaming people for things they had nothing to do with. Talking about a moral and ethical life. See, these laws and spiritual truths are higher than any Christian ideal or any religion, because people in these organized religions, they claim to live a high, moral, upstanding life. But we know it's not the truth. They claim to live something and they don't. They say they live a holy life, yet they are projecting all the time. They are gossiping all the time. They're slandering people's character. Whether in the office, in the back room, the boardroom, on social media, wherever. So make sure you're not involved with that. You don't use your tongue to hurt other people. You don't use your influence to blackball people without cause. You don't try to turn people against somebody just because you don't like them. Y'all don't get along. That's not a right ethical thing to do. So let's affirm this with me. I'll give an affirmation with every principle to help get it down in your subconscious mind so it can begin to work for you. Repeat after me and say, I walk in justice. Come on, I walk in justice. I speak only what is rooted in truth. Come on, say it again. I walk in justice. I'm a just person. In everything I say and do, I judge fairly and just. I divide things rightly. I walk in justice. And I speak only what is rooted in truth. I don't speak lies. I don't speak falsehood. I don't speak pretense. I speak only what is rooted in truth. Amen and Ashe. All right, number 20. Now, this is a good one. It's something that we should pay close attention to. Number 20. I have not been angry without reason. Ooh. All right, for all my hotheads, come on to the front. Even if you watch the replay, the hotheads, I want you to come to the front. I have not been angry without cause or without reason. See, righteous anger is one thing. Righteous anger is one thing. But unchecked, unresolved rage is another. Talking about the 42 laws of Ma'at, our moral compass, our ancient ancestors left on record for us. This is how you be in harmony with yourself, with your higher self, with your community, and with others in the universe. I have not been angry without cause. Righteous anger, okay. Unchecked, unresolved rage, unacceptable. Greetings, Mama Sunfire. Greetings, dear. Beloved, I hope you're doing well and having a great Friday. Thank you for the share and the like. So this is important, to have our emotions in check. We spoke yesterday or earlier today in the live about self-mastery. Learning how to master your emotions and not be led with by fear, guilt, rage, any of these things. Unchecked, unresolved rage. Thank you, dear. You do the same. Some people just mad for no reason. Always upset. Always got an attitude. Or like my father used to say, oh, a chip on your shoulder. Always got a chip on your shoulder. How you think somebody want to be around you when you got that kind of disposition? And even to the people in the spiritual community, the conscious community, awakened community, some of us are doing the same thing that the Christian church and the religious people done to us. We're trying to shame them into something, but that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Always remember the sacred text. This is so true. By loving kindness have I drawn thee. That's how you get people. That's how you win people over. That's how you're able to show someone a better way with love and kindness. Not that we're trying to draw any flies now, but our elders always taught you can draw more flies with honey than you can do with vinegar. And some people using vinegar trying to attract the flies, and they don't want the bitter stuff. So learn how to talk to people. Learn how to communicate. And that's one thing a lot of us have not been taught, especially in the African American home, how to communicate. Now, strong suit. We get angry, upset, we shut down, we don't communicate, we don't talk about it. And it's not helping us at all. I have not been angry without cause. Meaning I have my emotions in check. Because the one thing about rage, let's talk about that for a moment. What is rage? Rage is violent, uncontrollable anger, fury, a temper that is not in check. How are you going to live up to your highest ideals when you don't have a cool head? When at the drop of a dime you blow your cool, or as the young people say, crash out. Let's work on that, people. Let's work on that family. Because so many lives have been taken, unalived, because someone did not put their anger and rage and uncontrollable fury in check. So affirm this with me. Affirm this with me. I walk and I am emotionally sovereign. Come on, affirm that with me. Oh, hey, Kia Star Child, welcome over to YouTube. Thank you for being here. Come on, repeat that with me. I am emotionally sovereign. I am emotionally sovereign. I don't allow people, things, places, circumstances to control me. I don't allow outside interference to control me and how I move. I am emotionally sovereign. And I transmute anger into action and awareness. Come on, affirm that with me. I am emotionally sovereign. I transmute anger into action and awareness. Amen and Ashe. Isn't that powerful? That you learned the art of transmutation of energy. When you feel angry, upset, rage, you transmute that energy to something else productive. Because crashing out ain't gonna help you or nobody else. Gonna get you in trouble. Gonna put you in the wrong disposition. So learn to transmute that energy into something that's useful to you. That's gonna help you. And transform it into action. So you really get transform change and create change in your life and in the life of your community and others. Change in the universe. And it'll bring about awareness. Powerful. All right, 21. This is going to be the last one that we deal with for today. 42 laws of Ma'at. We're down to law 21. I have not seduced anyone's spouse. Oh, this is something. I have not seduced anyone's spouse. I have not seduced anyone's spouse. Now, this law, somebody said, well, why is it talking about seducing? And some people have the art of seduction, honey. Some people have the art of seduction. Greetings, Nashe. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. You've joined the virtual sanctuary of the Soul Awakening Sanctuary movement. Here where we are awakening the world, one mind at a time. I have not, 42 laws of my art, number 21, I have not seduced anyone's spouse. Some people have learned the art of seduction. Especially the salesmen, they know how to seduce you into purchasing things that you don't even need, you never thought of. Programming on television are all about the art of seduction. See, this law is about boundaries. Do we know how to respect other people's boundaries? Or are we always trying to sway people from what they believe and what they stand for? Sway them over to our side, trying to cause them not to stand on their own convictions. So this law is about boundaries, respect, and sacredness of relationships. Do you honor the sacredness of your relationship? Whatever type of relationship, do you honor the sacredness of it? If you do, there are certain lines you just don't cross. Period. When you know boundaries. When you can respect boundaries and respect the sacredness of various relationships that you have. Because it is sacred. People don't have to let you into their innermost secret sanctuary of their heart. They don't have to give you a place in their life. So because they have, you should treat it sacred as what it is, sacred. So learn how to set boundaries for yourself and learn to respect boundaries. Okay, so let's affirm this together. I move with honor. I respect divine unions and protect sacred space. Come on, let's say it again together. I move with honor. I respect divine unions and protect sacred spaces. Amen and Ashe. Now, if this is moved you, I want you, even if you're watching the replay, I want you to put Ma'at in the comment section. M-A-apostrophe-A-T, Ma'at. Put that in the comment section. Ma'at. Type Ma'at in the comment section. If these laws are calling you home, if you feel that pull to come deeper, put Ma'at in the chat. Because remember, these are not just historical sayings. This is a spiritual mirror for us all. The more we live, these divine principles is the more we raise our vibration of our homes, of our community, and our own selves. That's what it's all about. Now we're half through the 42 laws of Ma'at. In the next live, we will continue on teaching about the 42 laws of Ma'at. If this live stream session has blessed you and touched your heart, awakened something within you, and you would like to support our platform, we encourage you to make a contribution, a financial contribution today. You can do so by Cash App. And the hashtag is capital VSY, lowercase ISRAEL 2021. Again, if you love this platform and our sacred work and you want to give towards it, you can give a financial contribution through Cash App. That's capital VSY, lowercase ISRAEL 2021. Thank you so very much for being here, joining with us, and supporting us in this sacred work. We love you all. And until next time, peace be with you. Keep arising. Always know that you're powerful, you are creative, you are the epitome of the divine consciousness that created the universe. You are God in flesh, having a human experience, and never let anyone, any ideology, or any philosophy tell you differently. Because you are great and you are worthy of greatness. Greatness is on the inside of you, and you're destined for greatness. Never forget that. Never let anyone, any ideology, any dogma, indoctrination, any philosophy, or any theology tell you differently. And always know that the presence of God in me loves the presence of God in you. I love each and every one of you. And until next time, peace be with you. Have a great weekend, everybody. Love you all.